All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about the fact that you might not be able to get your car worked on wherever you choose to get it worked on, or even work on it on yourself in the very near future, and how we can make that not happen. Let's get into it. So we don't do scare tactics on this channel. I'm not trying to scare you. This is reality. This is what shops are dealing with, and it's going to trickle down into DIYers, and it's going to trickle down and hurt the general public. And I think that a lot of people and shop owners don't know that this is even a problem. And what is the problem? Well, the problem is getting the information from the manufacturers, right? What information do shops need? Or if you choose to work on your own car, what information do you need to fix your vehicle? And manufacturers are really pushing hard to not give information out. They're talking about it's proprietary and it's patented or whatever their verbiage is, and they're fighting hard. And we need to get people to understand we need the information to be able to fix vehicles. And this company, this organization, it's Auto Care Association. It's pretty much, it's not a small organization, but compared to the manufacturers, and I've got some numbers I'm going to throw out at you. It's incredible. They have 3,000 members, and the members are shops, right? They're shop owners, they're part suppliers, right? They're really trying to get people to get together and say, listen, we need to put something together to get into legislation to make sure that the manufacturers have to give information that's required to fix vehicles. And I don't know, a lot of you may not know this, but in the 70s, there was legislation passed called the Magnuson-Moss Act. And what that says is you do not have to go back to the dealer to have your car fixed, even under warranty. So a lot of you think that, oh, my car's under warranty, I have to go back and get my oil serviced. You do not. You can take that and you can go anywhere you want to have it serviced as long as they use quality products. You can do it yourself as long as you use quality products. Keep the receipts. That legislation is going to be worthless. What good is that going to do us if the manufacturers just don't give us the information, right? They can just circumvent that and just say, well, this is proprietary information, we're just not going to give it to you. Here's 3 quick examples, and these are going to blow you away. One of them, somebody's trying to put a parts store, right? So they get these information is given, is compiled, right, as much as it possibly can be. So this is one example. A parts store was trying to put a battery in a Volkswagen. And what they found was, in order to, we all know, a lot of people hate it, but a lot of vehicles, you have to program a battery in, right? Or you have to code a battery into a vehicle. Well, evidently on these Volkswagens, you have to have a code from the dealer or from the manufacturer, almost like a key code. I mean, obviously, when we're going to replace a key, we need a code, right? You want somebody that's going to replace your key to have credentials that they're secure, that you can trust them to go get a key code for your car. And there's entities that do that. We're part of those programs that do that. But this is a battery. You want to go put your own battery in, or you want to take it to the parts store and get a battery put in the car, and they're not going to be able to do it because there's a special code they have to have, and they can't get the code. The other one was a tailgate motor, right? Tailgate motor on a vehicle that the dealer sold the tailgate motor to the shop. The shop installed the tailgate motor. They had all the equipment to be able to program it. They went in to program it. Nope, we're not allowed to program the tailgate motor. It has to go back to the dealer to be programmed. And that's crazy. And then the biggest one, I think this is incredible, was on a Volvo that somebody was trying to replace wiper blades. And evidently the wipers parked in a certain position and you couldn't get the blades off. So in order to replace the wiper blades, it had to be put into dealer service mode. And they do not let you know how to get it into dealer service mode. I know some people are going to say, well, I would just turn the key on and let the wipers come up and then turn the key off. But a lot of the new vehicles have got electric wiper motors, completely electronic, and they may actually go back down and park. You don't know. So, that's a wiper blade, for crying out loud. Like I said, this is not a small organization. They have 3,000 members, but up against many giants, right? Like GM. GM, wait for this number, spent over $9 million in the first quarter of this year on lobbyists fighting against a myriad of things, and this is one of them. Imagine being up against that, but it's not just GM. Imagine you're up against that with GM and Ford and Chrysler and Volkswagen and BMW. Start adding all those giants up together, and you're this organization with 3,000 members, and you're trying to push this, trying to get this legislation out there. We need you guys out there to just know that this is happening, because there might be a time where you want to have your car fixed and you can't take it to a shop and just have it fixed. You're going to be stuck going to the dealer, because the dealers are on board on this too. They don't want you to work on the car either, right? So they're all on board with the manufacturers. Of course they are. Recently, we did a video about the CEO of Ford saying that they were 2 weeks out right now on getting your car fixed, right? Well, imagine that only 10 times worse. If they're the only choice you have to go to, right? Right now, the aftermarket repairs, they do 70% of all repairs out of warranty on vehicles. Imagine if all of that work has to go back to the dealer, right? Right now, he's telling you they're 2 weeks out of having your car fixed there. Not because of parts, because of they don't have labor. What happens when 70% more work has to go to them? You have no choice. How many months are you going to be without your vehicle? Because they just don't want to give information out. What if you want to do your own oil service? What if you want to do your own, any kind of work on your vehicle, and you go to look up a service manual, right? Not going to exist. They're going to say, no, that's proprietary. You have to come back to us. And one of their biggest things they're saying is, well, it's not secure when you go to an aftermarket shop, right? There's a security thing there. Okay, well, guess what? Even you as a vehicle owner don't have access to it. They don't even want you to have access to it. You bought the vehicle and they're saying, well, you know what? It's our information. We're not giving it to you. So this is a big thing. This is something that I know that has been around for a long time. There's been some right to repair acts that have passed, but there is a bill right now that has been introduced, and it is a bipartisan bill. So this isn't like, one party or another party. This is a bipartisan bill that's been introduced. I think they said it had 44 congressmen right now that are on board with it and 9 senators. We need a whole lot more than that. So, we want to get this information out there. We're not political on this channel whatsoever, but this is not a political thing. This is you need to get your car fixed. You want it fixed by who you want to have it fixed. And this is the information we need to get out there. So you can reach out to your congressman or your senator or whoever it is that you need to talk to, light their phones up and let them know. This is important to you. Just want to be real clear here. We have no association with the Auto Care Association other than we believe in their mission, right? What they're doing. If you're a shop owner and you want to help out, you can certainly join the Auto Care Association. It's pretty inexpensive. It depends on the size that you are, but for most shops, it's going to be about $500 a year, and they're fighting for you. They're fighting for your rights to stay in business. So, if you want to, jump on all their social media. We're going to link it all down below so you can, get on their sites and follow them. And, if you want to join up, great. If you're the general public out there or anybody, even the shop owner, whoever you are, and you're going to reach out to whoever it is you're reaching out to, senators, congressmen, whatever it may be, you want to mention it's the Repair Act. That's what you want to say. It's I am here. I want you to support the Repair Act. These people are only going to care if you call them. We all know how that works. So hopefully you guys like this video, and hopefully you'll share this video and get it out there. So thanks for watching. Well, you know what? Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. You know what to do. Leave a comment down below and let us know. Have you ever run into a situation where you couldn't get your car worked on? Appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.